Hey guys, this is Reasons14 for BlackChipPoker.com, and today I'm going to be showing you some of the low stakes 10-man sit and goes that Black Chip has to offer. If you guys want to take a look here in the bottom right, first I'm going to show you how we get to these. First off, we need to have the sit and go tab clicked up here, where's poker, tournament, sit and go. Then I usually like to have all clicked, then no limit unless you're trying to play some other format. And then quickly we have full, make sure we have this clicked, shorthanded 6 max, heads up is 1 versus 1 obviously, and then no limit, and click save. And all of the sit and goes that have 10 players at a table are going to be up here. And you can see they have quite a bit to offer. There are $2 180 mans, there's 18 mans, double or nothing sit and goes, all in or fold, which are kind of fun. Bounties, which is 2 of these, which I have up right here. And then we have some turbos, which here in the top left I have a $1 turbo that has 4-minute blind levels. And we have a 27 man. And then lastly a 45 man. So if you're wanting to play a little bit bigger structure with a bigger price pool, like you have more time, go ahead and play like the 180 mans. If you like to play maybe a few tables that don't take as long, the 10 mans are great. These bounty tournaments here specifically, I think I introduced these when we were going over the 6 maxes last time. Half of your buy-in goes towards the prize pool, and it's released whenever a player knocks you out. So for instance, here in the bottom left table, if me and Fishing Cutter were to get involved in a pot and I sacked him, then I would win $1 of his $2 buy-ins. So the fun thing about those is people are more inclined to play a lot of hands because they're trying to win the knockouts. And so I'm going to be going over some of the early stages and mid stages for the time. Right here in the bottom left we're at 25.50, and in the top right, in the top left, I think, yeah, the blinds are probably up to about 25.50 as well. So here in the top right, folding 10-3, the hands that I would be playing and raising, given that I'm tight, are maybe like an ace-5 suited, ace-8 offsuit. I don't want to get involved with too many weak aces because my position here in the hijack isn't really that great. So right here, obviously we're calling with 2 pair, and then I'm just going to be calling here instead of raising. It for some reason might make players, it's going to give them a little bit better pot odds. They might be more inclined to make a loose call. So here we go. We stacked a player, and we'll probably get a little pop up for our knockout, acknowledging that we got it. Now here in the small blind, because I'm usually playing a little bit more tables, I'm going to go ahead and fold. Mainly, oh sorry, I meant to fold there. I'm going to go ahead and fold usually, mainly because I don't really want to get involved in too many marginal spots here, and we can almost see one developing. Like here I'd have flopped in open-ended straight draw, and I might be tempted to call here with unprofitable odds. Now if it's folded around to me, I'm probably going to be folding, but now that a player called, we're getting pretty decent odds. What are we calling here? If the board wasn't so dry, and I guess I had maybe like a backdoor flush draw, I could be going for a check raise. But with these stacks and something like a villain leading here, I'm usually going to be calling with my sets and raising a turn. But given the strength that villain showed throughout continuous streets, really can't carry on there, especially after this other villain folds. But yeah, definitely meant to fold there for a reason just shown. I usually like to try and avoid marginal positions. Now with ace-5 offsuit here, this usually isn't the best hand to be getting involved with, but because this villain limped and we both have deeper effective stacks, I'm going to go ahead and go for an ISO here and hopefully take it down with a pretty simple continuation bet. And that's usually when we raise pre-flop, villain calls, and then we just bet whenever we see the flop. And now we flopped a good hand, and there is a club draw out there. I'm going to go ahead and bet once for value of any pairs he might have. I think a lot of times villains that set mine with, like, you know, a pocket sevens type hand, they might be willing to call one street on that board when two unders flop to their pair. So my line in that particular scenario might be bet and then check and then bet, and hopefully by checking the turn we're going to underrepresent our hand and get an additional street of value. With a hand like that, I'm not usually looking to play a huge pot because of the marginal strength of our hand, so I'm usually going to be looking to get 2 streets of value rather than 3. The only time I'll be going for 3 streets is with some, you know, pretty sick dynamic with some players, or some additional reads. Ace deuce here versus the under the gun raise of 175. Definitely going to be folding here with hands like ace king and ace queen. I'll probably be shoving pairs, I would say about 9s plus from this position, depending on any reads that we have here. So given that all of these players limped and there's 285 chips in the middle, that's a pretty sizable part of our stack. I'm actually just going to go ahead and shove and take it down. I feel this player here in the top left, he has 800 chips and is limping at big blind equals 50, which usually isn't indicative of too strong of a hand. So we're right on that, and I think there's a lot of value in just taking down the chips in the middle pre-flop, because I think we do so a large majority of the time. And it looks like we came out a little bit ahead by winning this player's chips, even though this player scooped up the rest. Now, because of the deeper stack to our left, Jack 7 offsuit, I don't really mind limping here. We're getting a little bit better implied odds. We just need to be a little bit more aware when we're playing marginal hands. For the most hand, I don't recommend it if we find ourselves getting involved in marginal spots. Here at the bottom left, king queen suited, definitely going to come in for a raise. Now versus this ISO, I'm going to go ahead and fold. I do have a pretty tight image in this player. I suspect he's coming in with a lot of pairs, probably 7s and up possibly, and then I would say a lot of ace-x hands. So since his range isn't really weighted toward that many king-x hands, I really don't beat hardly any of it. So the money in the middle isn't really enough to make up for, I guess, 1 buy-in and some additional chips. And good thing, I guess, because he had my outs. Now here, we could actually value bet pretty thin on this board and then fold to a raise. Players aren't used, like, because of the way this line played out, it's a pretty coordinated board, but bad players aren't used to seeing people value bet 1 pair of hands there, so we're actually going to be able to get a lot of value from smaller 1 pair of hands because our line doesn't make that much sense. But now that blinds are getting higher, I think about wrapped it up for the early and mid-level blinds for these sit and goes. Hope you guys enjoyed it and have fun trying the 10-mans on blackchippoker.com.